Greetings and salutations. This is episode 5 of the God Brand channel. We're going to be painting a Miles Morales today by ESM, that's East Sea Monster, in 1/4 scale, and the video is not going to be an hour long this time. And very exciting announcement to all 4 of you watching. There is a new thing I'm going to try and run. First things first, I have a Discord now, and I would enjoy very much everyone who consistently watches these videos to join that Discord. You will find it to have very useful information in the future. There's nothing on it now. It's like a piece of unbuttered toast. It's just bread. But we're going to be putting butter on that bitch. You bet your sweet bippy. Anyways, the Discord's kind of going to focus around voting in what I want to, like what the next model I'm going to do is. I might have like 3 different models I have in mind, and I'll leave it up to the votes in Discord on which one I'm going to make a video on and then make next. And second thing, these are just models I want to do. But because that's the case, I'm not really able to sell them as well as I could. And that's because they're not commissions. Now, I can't whinge and bitch about that, obviously. Like, you didn't ask for it, why should I think somebody wants it? Moving forward, every statue I make now, for the first week after the video is uploaded, the first week it's going to be on sale on my eBay. I'll have a link for $200 US. Shipping included, regardless of where you are in the world. You can buy that. I'm only making one. You can buy that, and I will have a giveaway at the end of that week if no one has bought it. Essentially, all you need to do for that giveaway is sub to the YouTube, take a screenshot, and then go join the Discord, and I'll have a separate room there when this video comes out, labeled weekly giveaway or something. All you need to do is post that screenshot of you being subbed to this channel onto that Discord. Bob's your uncle, you're in. And for the record, as the moment I am currently recording this video, there is 2 people in that Discord. So if you join now, within a week, if no one's bought this model, you have a 1 in 3 chance, assuming the other 2 guys in that fucking Discord, try and win it. You got a 1 in 3 chance of getting it. It's a pretty good deal, man. I think I do pretty good work. I think it's worth pretty decent cash. The only problem is I'm not making what people are specifically requesting anymore as much, because commissions just kind of suck, man. Like, they do. People they want models that are just stuff I don't really want to do. And I'm not just talking about like horny models. It's more so like where those models even come from and like how they're cut and keyed. Like, they're just not made as well. And this way, hopefully, if someone buys a model for that 200 from every once in a while, I'll be able to recoup some of that resin cost, because it fucks me. I'm gonna be totally honest, fans. It fucks me. So, 1 sold statue will recoup 3 bottles of resin, and that'll give me 2 to 4 statues. So anyway, that's my announcement, PSA from this video moving forward. So this Miles Morales will be on sale, $200 US, shipping included, no matter where you are, for a week from this video's update date, and then it'll be given away for free to someone random in my Discord that is also sub to this channel. Moving on, let's go overview our pieces. This charred brown is a very dark brown with a tint of red. And I pretty much like to use this to stipple, which is the act of taking a dry brush and stabbing it. I used this to stipple in kind of random spots. Not putting too much thought into the placement. This is just going to add random dark parts to the dirt, so that'll just add a bit of variation. Again, you don't need to do this. There's like multiple ways to do these types of things, but this is just how I'm doing it. Okay, so we've got a bit of variation there. Nothing too crazy, nothing hard. I'm gonna go to another color now. Moving to the next flavor of brown, we have Earth Terrier, whatever. Give it a quick flick and carry on. Stonewall grey. Same dry brush. This time considerably less in the brush because I don't want to hit this too hard. I'm just hitting those jagged rock pieces. Just those pieces like that. Right, doing the line here, this is going to be yellow. I've just masked it, as you can see, very neatly. There's no method to this other than just very gently, carefully putting it on, and then I use like an X-Acto knife to like push in the corners to make it really tight. If you know anything about painting, yellow does not ever go over black, it just looks like shit. So we have off-white here, this one to be exact. You must always put white down before you put yellow. It's just the rule of the universe. Take it up with your dad. I'm going to try dabbing it on so it's not like a perfectly straight, you know, uniform line. So I'm going to get a little bit. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try. Oh yeah, the idea is there. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, which is kind of what we want. And we'll let that dry for like, I don't know, a minute. And then put some yellow on. Alright, got some Tamiya XF3 flat yellow here. Don't ask me why I'm using this one in particular, it just looks like a very yellow. And that's as far as our reasoning takes us. So there's the line. looking pretty good. Completely flush, so tape when it comes to parts that are like straight like that. Super easy to get, super clean lines. Same thing I've done here to separate the bricks from the pavers. And I'm just going to dry brush the pavers now. And I'm thinking of this Doom Ball Brown from Citadel. So I've masked off this manhole and drain hole, whatever it is. I'm just going to dry brush some dark steel over it, dark silver. This is a metallic. Alright, moving on to the pipe here, using silver. This one's from Vallejo, and I'm using this kind of brush. Moving on, we are doing, I did end up dry brushing this as well, same as that, nothing very exciting. These smaller pipes, I'm going to be brushing on this copper metallic. Alrighty, I have chrome from Model Air here. Chrome. And I'm going to be using this brush. And I'm going to be using this to do the electric box here. I'm just going to coat the whole thing in it. Pretty less of a dry brush and more of just painting it on. But also still kind of a dry brush. Immediately moving on, I've got this muddy ground effects from AK Interactive. This stuff bangs. Pretty much just using this with a cotton tip, and I always just like to throw a bit of this wherever there's mud, just to add a bit more flavour. Next, again with the Q-tip, I'm going to be using this Corrosion Special Effects by Vallejo. Just got that on a wet palette. And this is just going to be mainly for this, just to give it a little bit of flavour. Don't want to go crazy with it. Little bits across here and there. Make sure it's not just smeared on, because it'll look like you applied a smear to it rather than it looking like rust. You gotta think about these things. And most importantly, make sure there's no uniformity also. Okay, looking a lot more realistic now. Sweet. Now, if you really want to push the rust, look no further than galvanic corrosion. And I think we got a pretty convincing base. I knocked this thing up in like an hour and a half, so that's pretty good. Right, doing the fire hydrant now. I was debating whether to shoot it with metal first and then red over the top. I'm just going to shoot it with red and then dry brush a bit of metal in certain parts using gory red. Right, we have I added another layer of red. This, bloody red or scarlet red, they're both bright, it doesn't really matter. I just shot that over the top a bit and it just brightened it up a lot because it was really dark and washed out. And now, to push this a bit further, we're going to put metallic scratches on it using silver. And yeah, we're gonna put like little scratches everywhere over just to get more detail out of it. I'm gonna use this. And now when you do stuff like this, you just kind of have to use a bit of common sense. Don't mind the bacon and eggs. Adding scratches where it makes sense. So I'm not gonna grab this and just fucking make a big circle randomly. I'm gonna go on the edges. I'm gonna add a little bit, because anytime there's an edge poking out, it's always more likely to get scratched. And you don't want to make it the same. You don't want to have like the same amount of scratchiness on every single one. That's not how wear and tear works. Wear and tear is random, yet targeted, if that makes sense. Next I have the corrosion special effects. Just going to put a little bit of that on here. Just going to use the same dry brush, but not dry, it's wet. And because this is a fire hydrant, it is right to presume that water leaks sometimes from the things. I don't know what the things are called, but we call them the things. Using the galvanic corrosion again, adding a little bit more. So we have somber grey here for the pants. This will be a very lightly blue hued grey. Okay, I got a incredibly vibrant mystic blue here. I'm going to be shooting it into the underparts of these pants just to give it more flavour. It's incredibly boring at the moment. Right, we have dark green. Going to be using this for the jacket, the outside jacket. Alright, moving on to the first piece of skin for Miles. I'm going to stick to the pink method underneath. I have to work out how I'm going to make this brown skin because I've never done that before, but we're going to stick to pink over the white zenithal. And immediately, without even really letting it dry, I'm moving on to a transparent red. Words are here. And I'm just using that as the shadows, essentially. Alright, quick PSA about these shoes. I'm not going to show me filming the whole thing, because this took like 4 hours. Like straight up, this took like 4 fucking hours. And I don't want to spend an entire night just painting another shoe. I'm behind on schedule. So I'm just going to show a few quick clips. Basically just doing red on all the leathery parts. A lot of it's just left white, which is good. Black, I mean, you can see here. Black on the Nike logo, red, leaf, and then we do white back over it. Laces all black, very time consuming. And then the killer to make it look neat as possible is once you do like that, you then have to rotate it and hit the top edge of everything you do to make it as neat as possible. Now, I don't know if I'm going to weather these yet. I'll put the whole thing together when I'm done and see how it's looking. But for now, I'm just going to leave them looking brand new. And yeah, I'm just going to show a little bit of the shoes because it's just tedium applying color over a very, very long period of time. So let's do that. All right, so for the red, very important that you make the shoe white. You'll have a very hard time going from black and then adding colors. It's mostly white and red with black accents. So red always goes over white. So make the whole thing white, and then you don't have to put more than like maybe a one and a little bit coats of red. For red, I'm using the brightest one I have, Scarlet Blood from Vallejo. All right, black segments of the shoes now that the red's down. All right, we're using the Scarlet Blood yet again. And now we're just trying to take some of the red and do an outline of red around the whole perimeter. And then I'll take a bigger brush like so and just pulverize, the inside. Okay, update. I went in with a brush on the insides, cleaned up a little bit. It's not like perfect. I still gotta fix the suit up in little bits. But the main thing now are the zips. I want these to be metallic because obviously zippers are using metal, but they're the same color. So these are green zips that are metal and red zips that are metal. So to do that, I'm going to use a chrome, this one. All right, we are attempting some of the dark skin tones now. Now, I didn't really prep for this at all. I haven't really looked into it much, so I'm just doing charred brown and tan, like 80% to 20% of this, and then like 50% thinner. Alright, I've moved on to a very watered down earth terrier. Just very gently gonna try spraying this on like the top of the nose and stuff like that, just to introduce some colour back in. Right, now forgive me, I have skipped past most of the shoe, but very simply, this is the incomplete one still. I did do the lasers. All it is matte black, 2 coats if necessary, and it's just tedium to the highest fucking order. It just takes forever. It's mainly why I didn't do it. What you can do when you screw up, because you will screw up, like right here, see that white? I'm going to go back over that and just very gently brush white on there. Alright, now onto bold titanium white. This will just bring out that white a lot more. Alright, now just hitting the bottom rim of the shoes with red, same red as this, Scarlet Blood. And that will pretty well be this shoe finished. Alright, doing the main part of the glove here, and I'm using this Nocturnal Red, super dark. I'm using this just because I didn't like what the render color was, but I don't know if this is necessarily gonna look good. We'll find out. Also, all I've done is I sprayed the entire thing white. I just masked this and that, so it's still black. And that's all I've done. I'm just going to show gluing the shoe on. I'm just doing the left, double check. Also, you do this before you finish painting it, but when you first sand it, you want to check that everything just fits super snug. So that's like totally flush, no gaps, which is what we want. Just doing the hooded cowl now, and again same color as the jacket, Scarlet Blood, and I did it off camera, but I masked the rest of the face, and then just using the rattle can of white, just sprayed over everything to get it all white, because this needs to be all red. Doing the Maverick sticker with orange, using orange. Alright, so I went back and tidied up a little bit using a eyelash brush. This is what people use for their eyelashes. And, or fingernails, sorry. then just went back in with black and just cleaned it up a little bit. So it's a bit more presentable now. And for the top badge here, it's yellow. So I'm using this bright as the sun, bad moon yellow. I'm just drawing a bit of off-white over the lines in preparation for the red. Alright, doing the fingers on the gloves. It is again scarlet blood. Back to these badges, just doing red, pretty much all over that one, and the outskirts and eagle are red on this as well. Again, same red as the jacket. Alright, got a royal purple for the inside of the badge and the outskirts of the pink badge. Alright, black lines on the fingers. Let's go. Alrighty, we're using squid pink for the last badge here. I have already put the lines down for that one off camera. I've just forgot and I'm running out of time. And now for the dreaded part, we are doing the webs on the suit. Alright, I'm just redoing the eyes with some UV glue mixed with white paint. That one's done, but as you can see, there's bubbles, which is no good. So we're gonna have to put another layer, I think, but we're gonna do that one now. And with that, we are done. I ended up rushing a couple of things as we got to the end of this model. But overall, I'm pretty happy, especially with the feet. The base was really easy, the legs were good, the pants fine. The jacket, we started getting a little iffy on. The zippers didn't work out quite as well as I wanted. And the patches kind of gave me a little bit of trouble. Mostly pretty successful model, I would say. Definitely a good one, it was fun. So just to reiterate, this will go on sale on eBay. I'll have a link below for 200 US, free shipping wherever you are. And after a week of this video publishing, I'm just going to give it away randomly to one of my Discord members. So anyone that watches this video, very risk-free way of winning this model. Just join my Discord, screenshot that you're subbed to this channel, and that's it. And then you have to upload it into the weekly giveaway part. But very easy, very simple. And if you didn't like anything that you saw today, please let me know. I tried some wacky things this time around. We used some silly editing at the start of the video, and also I just let audio run through when I was doing like a sped up scene. I don't know if that's better than listening to the garbage copyright free music that I have. You tell me. But anyways, cheers for tuning in, and we have a very big one for the next one. That will be a She-Hulk, and it's quite an undertaking. Anyway, see yous, bye.